for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in this position. In the position.
Following their latest violent argument, Floyd Mayweather paid Tank a visit and even entered the ring for a couple of light work rounds with him. Floyd has stated that he is not interested in drama, and the previous animosity between the two appears to have subsided for the time being. He has a business there. Floyd claimed that it made sense to join Tank's camp before Jake Paul. He is aware of the exact type of difficulty Jake Paul poses because he has faced Logan Paul himself.
It's similar to Logan versus Mayweather, but Jake Paul now obviously is way more advanced than where Logan was at.
In response to a question about how he believes the fight will go, he said Tank will win with ease. Listen, in boxing, skill has always outperformed size. You just cannot reach someone with strong protection and skill. His sibling was fighting and didn't reach me. He is delighted to have watched Tank develop from a young fighter with raw strength to one of the boxing world's most elegant and effective finishers alongside Calvin Ford. Even if their relationship may have been difficult in the past, Floyd has stated that respect is the key, particularly as they become older. He's back in the mix with Calvin Ford for this reason, ensuring that Tank makes a strong impression and leaves no room for question when the bell rings.
I think it's going to be a great event. Every time I fight is fireworks. Jake Paul coming in, you know, he's much bigger, he's much stronger.
Calvin Ford, who has been with Tank since the beginning, is also not sleeping on this matchup. Tank has been handling large people in the gym for years, so he isn't afraid of Jake Paul's bulk. Calvin has persisted in focusing on the gloves, which are his only worry going into this battle. Tank wearing those enormous 12 training gloves is not something Ford wants. Our fights aren't in 12s. That's for sparring, he said. He wants Jake in 10 and Tank in 8s. In this manner, it's equitable and the fight appears to be a fight rather than a workout. He has now discussed it with one of Jake's associates, but they were unwilling to mix and match. That's okay with Ford, but Jake needs to quit hiding behind exhibition regulations if he wants to make a point. Ford responded, "Let him wear the 10 ends, we wear the 8s, and then we get to fight."
Only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds.
Both Floyd and Ford dismissed the weight differential as inconsequential. Jake weighs roughly 190 or 195 pounds, which is about 5 pounds more than what they initially discussed. Ford, however, did not blink. "The deal was signed by us. We will force it to do what it does." That's been the Tank mindset from day one, he stated. Who is larger, taller, or louder is irrelevant. The ring quickly begins to contract after that initial blow. Avoiding his rematch with Roach is one issue that continues to plague Tank.
Jake Paul brings something to media and to boxing. You cannot miss a fight. I like it, baby. I like the drama it's bringing, I'll be honest.
But honestly, nobody really cares about this fight.
Yeah, are you going to watch it?
Yeah, of course. That's how it's going to go. Nobody really cares, but everybody's going to watch it. Like,
he said, nobody cares about it.
Calvin has responded by saying that Tank makes people famous. Roach used to be a nobody. He thinks the entire discussion is pointless. Had any of those well-known individuals had the same opportunity as Tank, they would have accepted it without hesitation. Ford will not allow anyone to hold his boxer accountable for pursuing the bag. First, that's just boxing business.
You can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away.
Floyd's arrival in the camp, however, completely alters the atmosphere. You sense it. It's a different energy. As he goes around offering advice, he reminds Tank to remain composed, be wise, and focus on his strengths. Destroy opponents with timing and accuracy. As Lloyd frequently says, skills win fights, not size. He is a living example of that. Throughout his career, he made larger men miss all night long. He wants Tank to adopt just that mentality.
I believe that this is a mismatch, and I believe that Jake Paul will knock Tank Davis out, maybe in the third, maybe in the fourth round. Tank will try to move, he will try to stick and move. It's not gonna work out for him, and he will eventually get knocked out.
After everything that has transpired between Floyd and Tank in recent years, it's odd to see Floyd and Calvin working together once more. On the other hand, it feels appropriate. These two individuals contributed to Tank becoming the full-fledged fighter he is now, with both knockout power and the poise to use it. Even though they had their problems, respect and legacy are ultimately what matter most. Floyd is aware that the young person he once coached has become a huge star, and he still wants to see him succeed, despite the fact that they have crossed paths.
Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta.
Many professionals are beginning to notice the same things that Floyd and Calvin Ford are. Jake Paul's stature does play a role, but Gervonta Tank Davis is just the superior fighter in every aspect that counts. Although the weight disparity may appear absurd on paper, anyone who has worked out knows what occurs when ability and raw size collide without any discernible ring IQ. And that's what everyone is currently focusing on.
Tank Davis or Jake Paul. So, immediately, yeah, the normal layman would say, oh, Tank Davis is better. But better at what? Is he better at selling tickets? Is he better at selling stadiums out? Is he better at creating controversy? Is he better at getting followed on Instagram? Is he better at putting more eyeballs on the boxing? Is he better than him at that? The answer would be no. But is he better at him in a fight? It has to be really, you have to break it down.
Teddy Atlas, a legendary trainer, shared his thoughts on the battle and wasn't sugarcoating the difference. Atlas said on his YouTube channel that the size of the two standing next to each other is the first thing you notice. It had a sharp taste. He claimed that the size disparity was too noticeable to ignore. Their height differences are almost 8, and their reach differences are even more pronounced. Atlas hasn't stated anything, but that makes the fight inevitable. He has admitted that Tank has a higher ring IQ than most people, as well as the experience and talent gaps. Atlas stated that Jake might be doing a dance if he strikes him on the chin in the manner he can punch.
Entertaining fight, to be honest. Jake Paul has a lot of followings, a lot of guys that are going to come and watch, and that gives the opportunity for other fighters to be seen on those cards, you know. So a lot of people don't agree, but at the end of the day, for me, it's entertainment. And if we can take boxing to the next level and give other fighters opportunities to be displayed and for other people, YouTubers and all that, to be seen, and hopefully all the YouTubers and people there are just there.
Many people keep returning to Jake's big at that point, but Tank strikes like a truck, not just with power, but also with timing, location, and accuracy. This, together with the fact that he's accustomed to facing more skilled, quicker opponents than Jake, makes the physical deficit seem less severe. Atlas even points out that there are numerous instances throughout boxing history where the smaller man defeated the larger one. That has always been the sport. Size is helpful, but when ability and poise enter the ring, it has never been the decisive factor.
He's a marketing genius, but when it comes to people that pick and lose fights, I can't get my head around it. If Tank hits him clean, he's going to sleep. He'll have a lot of smoke blowing up his backside by his coaching team and people like that, but when he gets hit the real 10 ounce, well, I'm told it's 16 ounce gloves now, it's like an exhibition. Right. I'm told it's big gloves and head guards he's going to need.
The question of whether the physical side could potentially be problematic is still being debated. The weight of Jake Paul is cruiserweight. He is accustomed to making slow, powerful shots. Tank, on the other hand, is accustomed to reading moving opponents and adjusting angles and pace. The two work in distinct ways.
Jake he ain't gonna fight back. He said, so I say, you gotta take him serious. You get what I'm saying? Because he had you on a hit list before this fight even happened. So his mental is on you. So you have to take him seriously.
Atlas cited past bouts in which lesser champions stunned larger opponents, including as Terence Crawford's victory against Canelo Alvarez. However, he cautioned that Tank's circumstance is distinct. Balance is not protected by weight divisions in this sanctioned title bout. An exhibition is what it is. The tone is altered by the entire configuration.
I think that it's fair to call them boxers now. We talk about Logan brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't.
All the information has already been released by the Florida Athletic Commission. Although it won't go against either fighter's record, knockouts, 10 rounds, 3 minutes apiece, and 12-ounce gloves are permitted. To add interest, they have even revealed that 2 human judges and 1 AI system will adjudicate the fight. Although there won't be a formal winner, the framework seems and feels like a true fight. The sole distinction is that for safety and regulatory purposes, it is marked as an exhibit, and that contributes to the conflicting emotions of certain warriors.